Hello, it is July 3rd and I wanted to do an update garden and farm video. There's a lot of traffic noise, so I'll just kind of stop talking when they come by. What you hear right now, in that tree over there, and in this tree up here, are some really irritable mockingbirds. They have a nest around here and they really think this yard is theirs. One of them actually hit me yesterday. Obviously it didn't hurt me, but it was pretty startling. I think I know where the nest is, but I haven't gotten close to it. So we'll do our best anyway. So here's the original garden space. Fall crops here, mostly done. Well, those are all completely done. That's most of this weed now. Well, there's some onions hiding in there though. This is a little plot of sunflowers that I did. And this is interesting because I put sunflowers in pots about 3 weeks before these, and those are half this size. So they really like being in the ground. I was shocked that our broccoli kept going and keeps producing these little florets, which are absolutely perfect for salads and stuff. So that's really nice. The cabbages are ready and we're trying to use them. We've used several. There's a little bit of lettuce tucked in here that I'm still eating. It hasn't gotten bitter yet, so that's nice. Just kind of got to find it under all the weeds. Here's a row of peppers. We're trying this new trellising business here. They call it a Florida weave, and I think it's working pretty well. At the end of this row, I have a few little eggplants these are some of the plants Brian gave us. Thank you, Brian. Here is 2 short rows of okra, which will give us plenty of okra. The green beans are not happy and going kind of slowly, but I think it's early for them. And all of those holes are Japanese beetles. Don't get me started on the Japanese beetles. I hate them so much. There's another row of peppers. Not really any starts yet, but plenty of flowers. Here's some tomatoes. These are our tallest tomatoes in these cages. They're in the garden. They got great soil and lots of sun. This one's taller than I am. Lots of flowers. And some youngins coming along in there. And that brings me to the blueberry bushes, which are great. Oh, cloud moved over the sun. That's so nice. It's the blueberry forest. I picked these kind of recently, so you don't see a ton of dark ones. Most of them aren't quite ripe right now because I just picked the ripe ones, but you get the idea. I love that cascade. I'm going to see if I can zoom in on it. Yeah, there you go. Good stuff. And the droopy ones. Yes, I know. I promise I'm not going to hurt you. Blueberries galore. Ever barking dogs. So that's the blueberry row. Here's the oldest potato patch that we've started harvesting. We've dug up about 1/3 of this, I guess. And so this has all been removed. Got all those potatoes in. And that's what's left of that potato patch. Here's another batch of tomatoes coming in here. These are on cattle panels. These cattle panels make really great trellises, but they're kind of expensive. Used some more of the Florida weave to try to hold up these pepper plants. And look, peppers! Yay. This is cucumbers. Coming along nicely. Grabbing onto things. I keep trying to get them to climb the teepee the way I want them to, which is silly. But they are climbing it, so that's nice. So I may have showed you these bushes before. I don't know what they are. And my instinct is they're kind of messy. But oh my gosh, the bugs love them. They're always, the whole bush is always just absolutely humming. So we'll never cut them down. Because if the bugs like them, we like them. And the Japanese beetles don't like them. So even better. Here we've got some squash coming along. And the blossoms under there. See a baby starting. There's more potatoes. You can never have too many potatoes if you have teenagers. There's another line of tomatoes. This is one of the first sets of cherries. Just go along this line here. This is a hop vine, which the Japanese beetles love. I hate them so much. The worst. Lilies. Those were my Mother's Day lilies years ago. I love them. This is cucumber. It's just going to trail around the ground, but I do have one more TP for those three over there. There's Thomas stalking. And another, still a very angry mockingbird. Let's see. I'm honestly not sure what this is. I have to ask Matt. It looks like a beautyberry. I don't think it is. Couple stashed blueberry plants all over the place. Blackberries coming along in their way. That is the muscadine trellis, also a favorite of the Japanese beetles. Goji berry, I think that's what that was, goji berry. Flat roses are pretty chill right now. They're kind of just trying to survive in this heat. A little bit of prettiness in the shade here. This is a peach tree. Oh my gosh, y'all, look. Oh my gosh, my fingers are crossed. We have never gotten a significant peach harvest. It's just not the perfect environment for them, but man, these are looking good, so we've got our fingers crossed. There's also a ton on the ground. We come out every day and pick off the ones that have mold, so fingers crossed. These are gargantuan blackberries. They're so big, I love them. That guy's about ready, probably. Oh yeah.
Like him get fed?
Nate found giant worms to feed the fish, but he doesn't want to be on the video. Can we see the worms in the video? No. Too cool for that. In a minute. We can do that. A little bit more potatoes. These are my Japanese wine berries, which are so good, but have not been very productive. But here are a few. And a few more coming, so fingers crossed. Apple trees with some baby apples. Very exciting, very hopeful. Also massive amounts of cedar rust. So yeah, haven't found a way to control that cedar rust yet that doesn't make me extremely anxious. So we just get what we get. There's another one. This tree's got a lot less rust on it, but tons of Japanese beetle damage. And now I'm going to introduce you to the Japanese beetles. This is why we don't usually get any peaches. If you'll just kind of watch this space here. I'll shake the branch. And there they all go. So many bugs flying out of the tree. Not sure if you can see them, but I can see them. And I can hear them everywhere. This is our friend Mr. Bass, and Nate is going to feed him some worms. Boop. Very cool. Is there any more in there? That's all we found. Oh, there are more. Do you want to do another one? Yep. Oh, sorry. One more for today? No? Nice, thanks. So Nate caught the bass in the little pond nearby. And we brought him out here to enjoy, and he's so cool. I had no idea that he would be so charismatic. He's super fun. So I know I showed you my trillium last time, and this is the trillium in July. Flowers are done, obviously, but it's just chilling under there. Now I'm going to look at my flower garden. I used to have a lot of things that have disappeared because the successful things just kind of outcompeted them, which I can't feel too bad about. This is a whole columbine patch, and the columbine's pretty much done now, but you can see it's still very happy in there. And these are columbine seed pods, which are so cool. I don't know how I can show you this. Maybe on this. Tiny little seeds in that little cup. I dropped most of them. But, so they're reseeding for next year. This is my wildflower garden. Mostly what's left is bee balm, which is fine. I love bee balm. Got a couple of different varieties. There's a little pale purple one, and there's this bright pink one, and that's why they call it bee balm. Also, the hummingbirds like it a lot, which is great. This is a decorative grass, which is very pretty, but non-native, and may have been a mistake because it's spreading like crazy. I might need to pull a lot of that out soon. The sedum, looking good. Honestly, I don't remember what this is, but it's got that veiny stem. And I think it made flowers last year. I can't remember. So I'll give it a little longer. And if it doesn't, I'll probably rip it out. I can't remember what that is. And then a little bit of daisy. Lots more of the light purple bee balm, decorative grass. Bee balm fell over, just fine. Now that's a purple wildflower that I can't remember the name of, but it's really pretty. And this is American beautyberry. It is a native, which is really fun. It makes tons of little berries that the birds like to eat. So I'm glad that seems to be thriving. Here's what is this? That might be an echinacea. This is a new pear tree. And mint growing all around it. We'll go look at the herbs real quick. I only grow a few herbs. That's a Thai basil, thyme, and oregano. There's also a sedum that made its way over here, and a lot of columbine. More of these lilies. I got these from my grandmother's house. And they have thrived, which I love. This is asparagus that's done. Now it's just storing up energy for next year, I guess. That's trumpet vine. I'll show you flowers in a minute. Here's Queen Anne's lace. And every one of these great flower bunches has one dark flower in the very middle. I just love that. There's a pear tree. Fingers crossed, it's loaded with little pears. Just everywhere. So fingers crossed on that. Over here's the fig, one of the figs, the big fig. And plenty of baby figs. This is the little fig. Baby fig. And these will be black-eyed Susans. And this is another flower that was here when we got here that I don't love, but the bugs love it. The bees and things, so we keep it. Will it focus? Yeah, there we go. And it's really hardy because we've abused it horribly and it keeps coming back. This is trumpet vine. There's a lot of trumpet vine around here. We have the native one and the Japanese one because they bloom at very different times. And there's some blooms. And the people who are totally pro-native, I respect that. But I've seen hummingbirds drinking out of both. And like I said, they bloom at different times, so I like having both. All right. So, that's everything I can think of right now. Happy July.